Hello, my fellow Nigerians. The arrest of Asaridokubo is overdue. I see no reason why they should be looking at him since all this while. The Human Rights Association of Nigeria has issued a strong call for the arrest of and the prosecution of Asaridokubo, a former Niger Delta militant leader, in response to his controversial activities and public statements. Uriwa asserts that Dokubo's action warrant a thorough investigation by the authorities, particularly concerning his alleged operation of a private army, which the group deems unconstitutional. Uriwa's concerns were heightened following Dokubo's visit to President Bola Tinubu after his victory in the 2023 presidential election. During this visit, Dokubo gave an interview in which he openly admitted to running a private army. He claimed that this army was engaged in combating terrorism in northern Nigeria and carrying out operations in the southeast, supposedly on behalf of the federal government. This admission, according to Uriwa, raises serious legal and ethical questions about the role of private individuals in national security matters. In a statement signed by its national coordinator, Comrade Emmanuel Owubiko, Uriwa questioned the legality of allowing a private individual to operate a private army, a practice that is strictly prohibited under Nigerian law. The rights group urged the governments to investigate allegations that some of the killings in the southeast during the administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari were carried out by Dokubo's so-called private army. Uriwa also expressed alarm over video footage showing Dokubo brandishing military-grade weapons, which no private citizen in Nigeria is legally allowed to possess. Despite the gravity of these allegations, Uriwa lamented the lack of action from the Nigerian Army, the Department of State Services, DSS, and other security agencies. The group criticized the continued arrest and parading of individuals purportedly linked to the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, noting that there has been no transparent disclosure regarding the prosecution or conviction of these individuals. Uriwa demanded clarity on how many of those arrests have been tried, convicted, or remain in detention, and questioned whether there is substantial evidence linking the mainstream IPOB loyal to Nnamdi Kanu to the killings in Southeast. Uriwa reiterated its stand that the detention of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of IPOB, is illegal. The group argued that the government has yet to present credible evidence linking Kanu to the violence in the southeast. Uriwa drew a parallel between Kanu's prolonged detention and the case of a leader of Miyetti Allah, who was arrested and subsequently released by the government, despite facing charges in court. The group questioned the fairness of the justice system, suggesting that the government is withdrawal of charges and release of the Miyetti Allah leaders points to selective application of justice. Furthermore, Huriwa called for an independent and transparent investigation into the killings in the southeast to identify the true perpetrators. The group suggested that only an international body, such as the United Nations Human Rights Council, could conduct an impartial investigation and hold those responsible accountable for their actions. Huriwa believes that an investigation led by the UNHRC would ensure that justice is served without bias or influence from domestic actors. In addition to these demands, Huriwa called for the immediate release of Nnamdi Kanu, insisting that his continued detention is unjustified and illegal. The group emphasized that the government's handling of Kanu's case contrasts sharply with its treatment of other groups, particularly those aligned with the Fulani herdsmen, who have been accused of various crimes but have faced less severe consequences. Huriwa's statement reflects broader concerns about the case of law and order in Nigeria, particularly in regions like the Southeast, where violence and insecurity have escalated in recent years. The group's call for Asari's arrest and prosecution is part of a broader demand for accountability and transparency in how the government addresses issues of security and justice. The allegations against Dokubo, combined with the perceived inconsistencies in the government's approach to different groups, have fueled tensions and raised questions about the rule of law in Nigeria. Huriwa's call for international intervention underscores the group's lack of confidence in the Nigerian government ability to address these issues impartially. You see, this is what we are saying, that Nigerians should do the needful, do the right thing. Anybody that have committed any offense, they should prosecute, not being biased to anyone. So my people, in your comment section, say your opinion, comment, subscribe, share, love, and like. God bless Nigeria. Thanks and God bless. Amen.